Okay, example 1, which is checkpoint 1 in your book. This is page 97. So it's very similar to example 1. And it says, in a survey, let me make this a little bit bigger. So in a survey, musical tastes, respondents were asked, do you listen to classical music and do you listen to jazz? And then the survey, right, has results, and they're summarized in this Venn diagram, right? So we can see these people like classical music, these people like jazz, right? Of course, some people can like both, right? Classical and jazz music. So these questions are not too bad. It's just learning how to read the graph, or the Venn diagram, actually. So let's see. Let's do A. So the first, and let me get just a different color here so you guys can see it. Okay, so how many respondents listen to classical music? Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty easy, right? It's just everybody in here. So that is 55 plus our 20. Now remember that just before I write this out, we have 3 regions here, right? This is 1, right? This little kind of moon. The middle, we can call it 2, and then Roman numeral 3. So maybe that might help. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so the people who listen to classical music only is, and this is cardinality, right? There's 2 regions, is the cardinality of, and then our set, which is just, so n of A, right? Or if you want to say, if you call this, probably a different color, right? If you call this set A, right, and jazz B, then you can say n of A, right, is really equal to the region, it's region 1 and region 2, so it's just 55 plus 20. So in this case, there are 75 elements, right, in this set here, right? Again, these are regions, so we're adding the elements in that set. So 55 people, 20 people. Part B is how many residents or respondents listen to jazz. Well, again, this is very similar. So jazz, whoops, jazz is right here. So again, this is a cardinality. So that's going to be 20 plus 70. So again, we're just adding region 2 and region 3. So that's going to be really n of B. And that's going to be 20 plus 70, right? So 90 total elements in, whoops, in the jazz circle. Okay, so part C, how many respondents listen to to both classical music and jazz? Well, both is just the intersection, so that's just going to be n of, right, we really know that's A intersection B, and so that is, right, 20 people. And D is, let's see, so that was both. How many respondents listen to classical music or, okay, so both implies the intersection. This or, this is an or here, which you probably can't see. All right, so that's, oops, that's or, right? That implies the union. So we're really finding the cardinality of A or B, right? A union B. Well, that's just 55 plus 20 plus 70, right? So that's 90, 145. So 145 people like to listen to classical music or jazz, right? It's a bigger number. And so if we move down, so E, so again, notice a lot of these are just basic arithmetic. You're just adding a few numbers. It's just learning how to read the Venn diagram. And let me make this a little bit bigger. So we have the next one, I think we're on an E. So how many respondents listen to classical music but not jazz? So let me maybe put that in pink. So classical music but not jazz. So we go to our picture. So classical music but not jazz. Well, here's classical music, right? And we don't want the jazz part, so we're taking this part off, right? So the classical music is just this piece right here. So again, classical, and then we take away this jazz part. So it's just 55 people. So 55, and maybe we can, well, let me just write it in. So 55. And so the next one is how many respondents listen to jazz, but this time not classical music. So this time it's not classical music. So all jazz, no classical music. So this is all jazz, right? No classical means I can take this 20 off. Okay, so then the jazz is really just 70. So that is E, F is 70, so I think I'm on 7, E, F. G, how many respondents listen to neither classical music or jazz? So here it's neither of classical music or jazz. So we look at our picture, and we have, well, everybody in here listens to either classical or jazz. So everybody outside is the neither part, or neither. So that's 30 people. So A, B, C, D, F, G is 30 people, right, is the neither. And then finally, how many people were surveyed? So the total number of people that were surveyed is just, right, the 55 plus 20 plus 70 plus 30. So if we just write that in, so H, and that's that's 55 plus 20 plus 70 plus 30. Oh, so what do we have? That's 100, 120. So this is 175. And so that's it.